Hello, today I'm just reporting back on my Voxer experience. So first I'll just tell you how it went and then I'll sort of ramble a little bit about what it is and how I found out about it and all that because some of you just want to hear how did the Voxer day go. So I've had a group program and just towards the end of that I learned about Voxer and I was like, oh, this might be something fun that I can do with the group program people because we all love each other so much anyway. And if it gets really weird for me, I know that they'll be a bit forgiving, so I'll just try it with them and see. And a few of them were already really up for Voxer and knew what it was, and then other people, actually, y'all, if the group peeps are watching this, tell me, were you already into Voxer? Basically, you just send for voice messages to each other, and you can send links and text each other in there, but I like the talking aspect of it because I can quickly send a voice message and flick it off. So how did it go for me? I was worried. I was worried that I was going to get inundated because I did just give like 11 or 12 people permission to just message me anytime they want all day between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m., which is what, I had heard about from this woman that I learned Voxer from, Elizabeth Goddard. She does like 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. or something. I was like, whoa, that might be intrusive, or maybe I'm going to get swamped and I have other work on. Maybe I won't be able to get through it. Maybe it's just going to be yuck and I'm going to feel really resentful because I always feel really resentful about Messenger. So none of that happened. What happened was I ended up sort of saying good morning to everybody who had already connected with me on Voxer and just jumping on and saying hi and getting the ball rolling. People had questions and it was really nice. I was on my walk and it was really nice actually to connect with people. I felt really connected and it felt really beautiful. What else was it? It was actually really convenient. Like I was worried it was going to be intrusive on my day and I was going to be like, oh no, Voxer. But I turned off the notification so I didn't have to hear it. And then in my browser, you just get this little green bit on top of the fav icon. So it's very subtle. If you turn off the audio notifications, it's just, is there a green dot there or not? And I can just look at that and decide when I want, if it feels good for me to go there and answer it. So I felt it was good for my boundaries. I think it is good to have it just on a day. Like I don't know if I'd want to have Voxer just ongoing, but I mean, obviously that works in certain contexts. But in this context of just having 8 till 8 of Voxer access, it worked really well. And I know one client said it was really fun for her that she was still in bed, but she had a question. She was literally in bed and she could just flick me over a question. So that is a nice thing, is that I was able to still do it either though, like I had a doctor's appointment and I had a client call, but it still just flowed. Like it just wasn't a big deal. I didn't get swamped. In the end of the 12 people, about 6 people came on and that was super manageable. But I guess if like they'd had a bit more warning and they'd set aside a day and they were working on a big project, that there could have been a lot more questions. But even if I did a day of Voxer and one person asked me that many questions, it is still really, really manageable. We had some really good breakthroughs as well about talking about Facebook ads and the cool and the warm, and whether or not to have an offer bundled in your content posts. And we talked about what to put in an email newsletter, ideas around someone who was launching, and then just saying, well, you can do behind the scenes and why you're excited about the things that are in the masterclass, and that might help the rest of the list sign up for the masterclass. What else did we talk about? We just talked about Business Manager, so Facebook ads stuff, and a bit of website editing stuff, and can't remember now, but it was really good. I'm definitely going to do it again. I'm definitely going to make an offer around Voxer so someone can just like book, 6 or 8 hours of Voxer for, I don't know, I mean, it feels really doable. Like I'd probably start with like, it sounds crazy, doesn't it? Like $50 for 6 hours or something insane like that. And just see how I go. Like if I end up getting people who are just like energy vampires, or like it becomes too much, then I might have to consider putting the price up. But for now, I'm probably going to run it as just a little add-on offer. So for VIPs, I might just do it, for $50 for the day, and then otherwise maybe $50 for 6 hours, and people could literally just book in I think it's going to be really fun. So if you've watched this far and you still don't know what Voxer is, that's okay. I'm going to let you know now. Voxer is, yeah, a walkie-talkie app. So it's like the speak, the microphone voice message option in Facebook Messenger. It's just like that, except that it doesn't really show you like if the other person has read. I mean, actually, Elizabeth Goddard, who I learned it from, mentioned that it doesn't show the other person whether or not you've read the post. But it tells me that they've read it, so they must see that I've read it anyway. But you don't have to give your mobile phone number. You can just sign up with an email address. You can use it on a desktop, laptop, iPad, iPhone. I have it on all my devices now just because, if I drive to pick the kids up and I'm just sitting there for a few minutes, I thought, well, if a Voxer comes through, I could just check it. What else do I want to say about it? I mean, if it sounds anything, you could just give it a try. It's not a big deal. It's just, I guess, about getting your head around the fact that it exists. And I know Elizabeth, I mean, listen to her rant about it, I suppose. Like, she's got little kids, so for her, making time for calls and being at the desk wasn't working out for her at a certain period of time because she was like off doing this and that with kids and really busy. So it meant that she could like be being with kids, but then a message would come through and she could just answer on the fly. So that wasn't my experience. My experience is I have a really full calendar and I would love to just be adding on in ways that aren't intrusive, that don't scatter my energy, because it's easy for me to get scattered and just feel like everything's dispersed. But there is a part of me that really liked the connection. Like, I really liked that I was chatting with my beautiful clients and I wasn't all alone in my office. So it's going to really depend on your personality type, your energy, the way you are. And yeah, I mean, you could just give it a try. I mean, I think lots of people, like, say my naturopath, for instance, like if she had it as an add-on for her VIP, which I'm doing with her, it would be great because I've had heaps of just little questions like, can I take reishi? Is that going to be a problem? Or like, what about raspberry leaf? Like, I have all these funny little questions. Or, she could send me accountability messages of like, how's your bowel movements going this week? Or how's your sleep? And I could just drop her message. That's what lucky naturopaths get to talk to you about. But, I wonder how it could work for your business. If it sounds interesting to you, if you're like already zoned out ages ago, and if you're not already part of the community and you would like to stay connected with me, thanks for watching all this way. And if you would like to stay connected, I would encourage you to, check me out on Insta is a decent one. But really, jumping on the newsletter, which is the world's unsexiest offer, but that is actually the best way to stay in touch with me because I do send that out, like roughly weekly. I do have kind of another list where I share my offers. So there's kind of two options. Once you sign up for the newsletter, then I'll invite you. Do you want to always hear about offers? So there's kind of two ways you can hear from me, and the newsletter is the best way to stay in touch because I don't know. I mean, do you see all my posts? I don't see all of anybody's posts on social media. It really shits me. And we're busy, so hopefully the inbox doesn't feel too, freaky for you. I have zero inbox, so I'm a bit discerning when I choose someone to sign up to. I'm really excited to get their emails, and maybe that would be how it would be for you. I wonder. Hope you have a beautiful day, and I'll see you soon. Bye.